Attending UC Berkeley was always a dream of mine, and I spent years completing my BA in American Studies, with an emphasis in disability studies. I have achieved most of my dreams thus far, and now my new dream is to win the Miss Wheelchair California title. The social model of disability recognizes that some people are disabled due to the barriers that exist in a society which do not take account of their needs. By realizing the insensitivity of society's treatment of the disabled, I realized it is not my fault that my disability placed so many limitations in my life. I have learned that it is society's attitudes that has created a severe deficit of disabled people's rights. Because of this, I want to be an advocate and educate others that disabled people should be allowed to enjoy the same freedoms and choices as everyone else. My passion in life is to continue to help people with disabilities. I have been a disabled rights activist all my life, and I want to continue my passion, purpose, and mission to inspire both the general public and be an advocate for people with disabilities. Since I have had to grow up living with severe cerebral palsy, I have had to constantly teach others about my disability, and am still constantly doing so on a daily basis. For example, I organized and spoke at several disability awareness events over the course of my lifetime about how to speak and relate to disabled population. This desire to inform others about disabilities and disabled rights continued throughout my life, and culminated in the research I did in completing my senior honor thesis at the University of California, Berkeley. As a senior, I was able to research, write, and produce a documentary called Decoding Disability. It focused on the serious disjunction between popular misrepresentations of the disabled community by those outside of it, and how this drastically affects disabled students' education processes. Furthermore, it delved into the history of the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, and explored changes that needed to be made in our school system to better serve those with disabilities. Since I know firsthand how it feels to be demeaned because of my disability, I feel that it is my responsibility to fight for the rights of disabled people at all levels, both local and national. I feel that my documentary is just the beginning, and I hope to continue my advocacy mission by participating in the Miss Wheelchair California pageant of 2012 and ultimately win the title. I would love to have my video in every library in the US and worldwide. Though the disabled population has made political gains with the passing of the ADA and the 504 Rehabilitation Act, disabled people still feel disenfranchised without a clear voice. I would like to be that voice. I will keep the spotlight on Miss Wheelchair California by seeking out public speaking engagements that educates others about disability issues. I want to focus on speaking about the ongoing financial budget cuts crisis that is hurting the disabled by protesting, lobbying the state and federal government, and by making a new documentary on the Miss Wheelchair California/America program. I believe that education is the cornerstone in making fundamental change, and I therefore want to put this documentary on internet video sites, as well as scholastic libraries. I will also make public appearances at schools, workshops, disability conferences, various abilities expos, the annual Disability Pride Parade, and ADA celebrations. I would also like to lobby legislation that will effectively benefit disabled communities for the better, as well as to write a handbook of how to teach disability awareness lectures and workshops. By acquiring this Miss Wheelchair California title, I hope this incredible opportunity will help me effectively spread awareness of the disabled to the American mainstream media and help those that are disadvantaged. One of my goals is to create a center giving disabled people a creative space where they can learn to support themselves, train themselves to lead independent lives, travel, and where they themselves can learn to be an advocate for disabled rights. The center will serve as a forum for aspiring disabled artists and advocates. Here, they will be given an array of creative outlets in order to further enhance their creative endeavors. In other words, the center will be a place where those in the Bay Area with disabilities can come to participate and guide the discourse surrounding their community. My other important goal is to promote healthy eating habits and sustainability throughout the great state of California and beyond. I believe that everyone, including people with disabilities, has the right to have sustainable, fresh, healthy foods and to grow their foods in order to live a healthy and productive lives. There is a saying that your health is everything, and without it, you can't achieve your dreams while living your life to the fullest. I became involved in the Friends of Kenny Cottage Garden in Berkeley's community project in order to make sure that this community garden was the first to be accessible for people with disabilities. I envisioned the garden as a place where people with disabilities can meet their neighbors and participate in community events. Naturally, I am the ADA coordinator for Friends of Kenny Cottage Garden. Ultimately, I want to spread the Kenny Cottage Community Garden's mission of promoting healthy, sustainable, growable foods for all people, including those who are disabled here in California and across the country, as the many platform goals I have for them is Wheelchair California program. On my lap today is a baby strawberry plant that I got from a local farmer in Sauvignon, California, for free at a Framer market on my way down here for the pageant of spreading this platform nutritional awareness. This plant represents each one of us in this room today, as a symbol of helping one another, creating a difference among the disability and other communities in order to promote world peace and equal opportunities for all to pursue our American dreams. Thank you for listening and for giving me this opportunity to speak to you today.